You ever notice how every decade has its own "that's just a conspiracy" moment? Now look around, it's like we are speedrunning the whole thing. That's crazy, nobody believes that. Wait, actually, oh shit, it's all true. If you were online in the 2000s, you probably remember the jokes. Government mind control, lizard people running the world on baby blood, your phone listening in to your conversations. Back then, most of it sounded like, I don't know, pigeons being drones to spy on you, until suddenly it didn't. That's when it got weird. So today we are diving into the biggest, realest post-2000 conspiracies that everyone mocked until the receipts dropped. You might wanna grab a blanket, cause it's about to get uncomfortable. Let's really set the vibe here, because this isn't just random, it's a full-blown cycle at this point. It's baked into our era. You could say it's in the water, or maybe it's just the Wi-Fi frequencies fucking with me. It's almost predictable now. First, some wild claim drops. A whistleblower leaks something, a weird thread pops up, or a blurry screenshot goes viral. At first, only a handful of fringe blogs and alt accounts pick it up, but if it's too weird, too abstract and absurd, or just lines up a little too perfectly with an agenda, the internet runs with it. Then it's all over the usual places. Alternative channels, private discords, maybe a few stubborn subreddits. Ironic memes flood in, honestly my favorite phase, because come on, some of it is just too funny to ignore, and eventually alt media eats it up. But then so do the normies, who just like mainstream media sometimes pick up the scent, not usually to take it seriously, but just to shit on it. Late night hosts, fact checkers, headlines. Then the platforms step in, threads get locked, videos demonetized or wiped, accounts quietly shadow banned for misinformation or hateful conduct. If you keep talking, congrats, you're that guy now, the conspiracy theorist. But some conspiracies sound like if you told me about them, I would have said it's plausible. And here's the twist. Sometimes months or years later, new information starts leaking. Whistleblowers come forward, documents surface, or an official investigation blows something wide open. Suddenly, the same media that laughed is breaking the story as headline news, politicians scramble, experts act shocked, and everyone pretends nobody saw it coming. It's a pattern we've seen again and again. A wild claim, inside jokes and memes, the official brush off, mass ridicule, even a wave of censorship. And just when you think it's over, the truth sometimes breaks through. And yet, everyone acts surprised, like we didn't just watch the same story play out last season. But as the internet gets older and more people join in, it seems like people trust the status quo less and less. Nobody really forgets, so let me remind you. Okay, I hope my FBI agent doesn't see this one. Because we are starting with the OG, NSA mass surveillance, the Snowden case. For years, the government reads your emails was just another meme, pure paranoid uncle energy, fortune bait, the kind of thing late night hosts would roast between celebrity gossip. And remember, this is Obama era, early 2010s. A few people understood digital hygiene, but really, who's gonna listen to a bunch of computer nerds, cut yourself off from social media and go through all these hoops? Then 2013 rolls around. Edward Snowden, straight out of nowhere, drops more receipts than the IRS ever will on my broke ass. Suddenly, it's not just the government is watching, it's multiple governments are logging literally everything, your texts, your calls, your Google searches, all hoovered up by the NSA and their friends. Prism, X-Keyscore, Five Eyes, Project names that sounded like rejected Marvel villains on crack cocaine turn out to be real. The leaks are so wild, even mainstream media has to stop laughing and start capitalizing on the drama. So the story breaks. Everyone knows now, but the punchline, most people's reaction, not outrage, not rebellion, just, well, I guess my memes are going in the FBI folder now. The surveillance meme goes hyper-viral, because when your whole digital life is compromised, what else can you do? You accept reality and laugh it off. It is funny, but it's also the real, documented playbook for mass surveillance. Courts called it illegal, politicians acted shocked, yet the system never actually stopped. Now everyone just assumes they are being watched. A simple subpoena is enough, you just need to get under the radar. Paranoia? Nah, that's just OPSEC now. And honestly, you might want to learn some OPSEC for the next one.
I wish I was an attractive male. I wish I was a male individual without a medical disorder.
What's the point of listening when your words are filled with lies? A smoking sets up burning down your bridges and your ties. Phone calls laced with memories of what will never be. The judge's voice is cold and clear. No more family will be buried.
So at first it was the government messing with your privacy, then the idea of the government messing with your timeline sounded like pure conspiracy talk. Shadow bans were an underground joke. Most people figured the worst that could happen was a post flagged for misinformation or spam. Then pretty much everyone remembers when Elon Musk bought Twitter. It's late 2022 and the Twitter files got published. Suddenly, all those stories about platforms censoring certain viewpoints didn't sound so far-fetched. Leaked documents, emails, Slack logs from inside Twitter, released after Elon took over, showed that agencies like the FBI, Homeland Security, the CDC, and even politicians were sending Twitter lists of tweets and accounts to review. Some of it was spam or bot content, but others? COVID debates, election topics, the exact things people were fighting about in public. It wasn't the government handing out bans. Most requests were just recommendations or concerns. Sometimes Twitter removed posts. Sometimes it was just a warning or the post's reach got quietly cut. And sometimes nothing happened. And it wasn't just Twitter, the same kind of requests went out to Facebook, YouTube, all the major platforms, especially during heated moments, elections, the pandemic, you name it. This reminds me of the way demonetization works on YouTube, for example, or used to work. Because I'm seeing much more freedom now, where you have entire lists of words to look out for, and it's not entirely clear what you can and can't say. But let's be real, there's no secret room full of censors, just an increasingly blurry line between content moderation and whatever the ruling ideology happens to be this week. Now everyone is arguing about what counts as free speech, what's actually keeping people safe, and who gets to decide. I'm not here to play politics, but I don't think anyone should decide what you can or can't say, or take away someone's livelihood because of it. Let people pick what they want to watch. For some, Alex Jones is a preach, but for most, he's just so absurd it's funny. But I gotta be careful about what I'm saying. My smart RGB chair might flag my conversations, because ever get the feeling your phone is listening to you? Back in the 2010s, saying that out loud made you that guy. Paranoid, tinfoil hat, probably still yelling at your family to cover their webcams. Couldn't be me. People joked, I just said cat food and now Instagram is hitting me with cat food ads. And the official answer? Come on, it's just the algorithm. Nobody's actually listening to you. Except, turns out, it wasn't all paranoia. Stories started dropping about voice assistants, Alexa, Google Home, Siri, recording way more than anyone realized. Sometimes it was by accident. Sometimes it was to improve quality, and yeah, there were real humans listening, reviewing random recordings. I can even recall a story about a smart TV recording someone having sex. I'm honestly not sure if that was an urban legend or not, but the fact that nobody can say for certain is kind of the point. Of course, companies rushed in. It was limited. We fixed it.
I'm a friend.
And honestly, I'm dramatizing. Most of what you say probably isn't even interesting. Most ad targeting is just scarily good data modeling based on the information you leave. But those hot mic moments, those leaks, they actually happened. So now everyone covers their webcam just in case. We make the jokes. My Echo is snitching on me. There's a glowy in my phone. We laugh, but it's because there is a grain of truth and what if. But at the end of the day, they are not listening because we are special. They are listening because it's profitable. So, is it full-on dystopia? Not really, but it's way less far-fetched than anybody wanted to believe. We covered the cycle of the theories that turn out to be real. The truth is usually somewhere in between. It kinda happens, but it's never as schizo as you would like to believe, like the CIA glowing in the dark, where you need to use racial slurs to ward them off. Maybe one day that will be true, cause the stories get stranger, and every year we get a little more used to it. But if you think the wildest part is over, I would keep an eye on your notifications, because the next conspiracy always drops when you least expect it. So sleep tight, don't worry about your phone listening to you snore.